You've tried to change, you've read the books, watched the videos, made the promises to yourself at 2 a.m. that this time, it's going to be different. But here's what happens. You wake up the next morning and within minutes you're back to the same thoughts, the same patterns, the same version of you that you swore you'd leave behind. And it's not because you're broken. It's not because you lack willpower or discipline or whatever else they've been telling you. It's because nobody taught you how to access the control panel. Your body, right now, in this moment, is running programs, automated programs, programs written by your past, by your trauma, by every single experience that shaped you into who you are today. And those programs, they live in your subconscious, in your body, not in your conscious mind. So when you try to change with just your thoughts, with just your willpower, with just your morning affirmations, you're trying to reprogram a computer by yelling at the screen. It doesn't work that way. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The doorway to real change isn't through more thinking. It's through your body, through a specific state of consciousness where your analytical mind steps aside and you can finally communicate with the operating system that's been running your life. That state, it's called the observer state. And I'm going to show you exactly how to access it, not in some mystical, hand-wavy way, but with a precise, step-by-step technique that takes about 20 minutes and fundamentally shifts your brainwaves from survival mode into quantum creative mode. This isn't meditation as you know it, this is induction. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand not just how to do it, but why it works, what's happening in your brain, and how to practice it in your first week so that transformation isn't just possible. It becomes inevitable. Ready? Let's go deeper. Here's what no one talks about. Your brain operates on different frequencies. Right now, as you're listening to this, you're most likely in beta. That's the waking, thinking, analyzing state. It's where you solve problems, make lists, worry about tomorrow, replay yesterday. Beta is survival. It's the state where you're constantly scanning for threats, for problems, for what needs to be fixed. And when you live there 24/7, which most people do, your brain becomes addicted to stress, to that high-alert, hyper-vigilant state. But here's the kicker. When you're in beta, your subconscious, the part of you that actually controls 95% of your behavior, is locked, inaccessible, protected behind a wall of analytical thinking. Think of it like this. Your conscious mind is the captain of the ship, but your subconscious is the crew below deck actually running everything. And when you're in beta, the captain is shouting orders that the crew can't even hear. To reach the crew, to actually communicate with your subconscious, you need to change the frequency. You need to drop from beta into alpha and eventually into theta. Alpha is relaxed awareness. It's where creativity lives, where insight happens, where your brainwaves start to synchronize and become coherent instead of chaotic. Theta, that's even deeper. That's where deep meditation, hypnosis, and profound transformation happen. That's where you can quite literally rewrite the programs. But most people never get there because they don't know about induction. Induction is the technique, the precise scientific technique that shifts your brain from beta to alpha in about 20 minutes. It's not hoping, it's not wishing, it's not sitting there fighting with your thoughts. It's a deliberate process that engages a very specific part of your brain, your cerebellum. The cerebellum, that's your little brain at the back of your skull. It controls balance, coordination, and something called proprioception, your sense of where your body is in space. And here's the elegant part. When you deliberately focus your attention on different parts of your body, when you become aware of the space your body occupies, you activate the cerebellum. And the cerebellum is the seat of your subconscious. So by directing your attention inward, by feeling into your body, you're quite literally opening the door to the operating system. That's not mysticism, that's neuroscience. And once you understand that, once you see that there's a specific mechanism, a specific pathway, everything changes. Because now you have a tool, not a concept, not a philosophy, a tool. So here's my question for you. Are you ready to learn how to use it? Now, let me tell you why most people fail at this. You sit down, you close your eyes, you think, okay, I'm going to meditate now. I'm going to access my subconscious. I'm going to change. and within 30 seconds your mind goes shopping. Literally. You're sitting there thinking about groceries, or that email you forgot to send, or that conversation from 3 weeks ago that you're still replaying, editing, improving, and then you get frustrated. You think, see, I can't do this. My mind is too busy. I'm not one of those people who can meditate. But here's the thing. That's not a failure. That's your brain doing exactly what it's been trained to do. Your brain's job is to think, to analyze, to protect you by constantly scanning, planning, predicting. It's been doing that job for decades, and now you're asking it to just stop. It's like asking a freight train moving at full speed to suddenly reverse direction. It doesn't happen instantly. This is where most people give up. Right here, in the first week. Because they think meditation is supposed to be this peaceful, blissful, thought-free experience right from the start, but that's not how it works. The truth? Meditation, real meditation, induction, is a skill. Like learning a language, like learning to play an instrument. You don't pick up a guitar for the first time and play a symphony. You learn one chord, then another, and eventually, without even trying, you're playing music. The same thing happens with induction. At first, your mind will wander, a lot. You'll lose focus, you'll forget what you're supposed to be doing. You'll open your eyes after 5 minutes thinking an hour has passed. Or an hour will pass and you'll think it's been 5 minutes. All of that, normal. Because what you're actually doing is training your brain to shift gears, to move from that high beta survival state into alpha creative state. And that takes practice. But here's where it gets interesting. Unlike most meditation techniques that just tell you to be present or watch your breath, which is great but incredibly vague, induction gives you something specific to do. A target for your attention, a roadmap. And when you have that, when you have a clear, step-by-step process, something remarkable happens. Your brain actually relaxes. Because it's not trying to figure out if you're doing it right. It just follows the instructions. And that's when the magic happens. So let me show you the technique. The actual, specific, no guessing required technique that will shift your brain waves in 20 minutes. Are you ready, Tim? Let me introduce you to the body part induction. This is the technique that changed everything for me, and for thousands of people I've taught. Because it's so simple, so concrete that your analytical mind can't argue with it. Here's how it works. You're going to sit down, in a chair, on a cushion, doesn't matter, spine straight, not rigid, just upright. This isn't about being uncomfortable, it's about being alert. Close your eyes, and then you're going to move your attention. Just your attention, not your body, through different parts of your body, slowly, deliberately, one part at a time. But here's the key. You're not just thinking about these body parts, you're feeling for 3 specific things. 1, the location. Where is this part in space? 2, the density. What does the substance of it feel like? Solid, heavy, light, spacious? 3, the space around it. What's the volume it occupies, the boundary between body and air? Let me walk you through it. Start at the crown of your head, the very top. Just place your attention there, not thinking about it, feeling it, sensing it. Where is it in space? Can you feel the subtle sensations there? The density of your skull, maybe the air touching your scalp. Stay there for 20-30 seconds. Don't rush. Then move to your scalp. The skin stretched over your skull. Feel for it. Sense it. Then your forehead, the space between your eyebrows, your eyes. Notice them behind your eyelids, your cheeks, your jaw, your ears. Just become aware that they're there, that they exist in space. Your neck, front and back. The weight of your head balanced on your spine, your shoulders. Left, then right. Notice the density there. The tension, or the lack of it. Down your arms. Upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, each one individually if you can. Then your chest. The volume of space your ribcage occupies. The movement of your breath may be expanding and contracting. Your stomach, your lower abdomen, your pelvis, hips, down your legs, thighs, knees, shins and calves, ankles, feet, toes, and here's where it gets profound. As you do this, something happens. Your awareness, which is usually scattered across 1,000 thoughts, begins to consolidate, to focus, to drop anchor into the present moment. Because you can't think about your grocery list and simultaneously feel the density of your left shoulder. Your brain can only do one or the other. So by giving it this task, this simple, specific task, you're hijacking the thinking mechanism. You're redirecting that energy inward. And when you do that, when you spend 15-20 minutes moving through your body this way, your brain waves shift measurably from beta to alpha. You can feel it, a certain softness, a certain spaciousness. Time starts to dissolve a little, thoughts slow down, and there's this sense of presence, of being here now, fully embodied. That's the induction, but we're not done yet. Once you've moved through your entire body, every part you can think of, there's a second phase. Now, you're going to expand your awareness beyond your body. Imagine, and this is where it gets a little more visual, a little more imaginative. Imagine there's a field of space around you, like a teardrop shape. It starts at the crown of your head and extends maybe 3 feet in every direction. Can you sense that space? Not see it, sense it. The volume of air around your body, feel for it. Where your body ends and that field begins, the boundary, the edge. Stay there for a minute or two and then expand even further. Become aware of the entire room you're in. The walls, the ceiling, the floor, the space, the volume of space that the room contains. And notice you're in that space, but you're also aware of it, observing it. You're not your body anymore. You're the awareness, witnessing the body, witnessing the space, witnessing the room. That's the observer state. And when you're there, when you've successfully moved from thinking about your body to sensing your body to sensing the space around and beyond your body, you've done it. You've shifted from matter to energy, from survival to creation, from beta to alpha. This is the doorway. And on the other side, that's where you can begin the real work of transformation, of reprogramming the subconscious, of collapsing new possibilities into reality. But first, you have to get through the door. And this technique, this body part induction, is the key. So here's my challenge for you. Try it. Tonight, tomorrow morning, whenever you have 20 minutes of uninterrupted time, sit down, close your eyes. Move through your body part by part, then expand into the space around you. And just notice what happens. Now I know what your logical mind is doing right now. It's saying, okay, that sounds nice. But is this hypnosis? Am I going to cluck like a chicken? Am I going to lose control and do something weird? Let me be very clear, no. This is not stage hypnosis. This is not someone taking over your mind while you're unconscious and defenseless. You are fully awake, fully aware, fully in control the entire time. In fact, you're more in control than you normally are. Because instead of being pulled around by every random thought, every external distraction, every notification and worry, you're deliberately directing your attention. That's agency. That's power. Think of it this way. Right now, in your default state, your mind is like a browser with 47 tabs open. Music playing in one tab, news scrolling in another, ads popping up, notifications dinging. Induction is like closing all those tabs except one. And on that one tab, there's just a blank page where you can start fresh. That's all it is. You're not going unconscious, you're going hyper-conscious, focused, present. And here's the beautiful part. If at any point you want to stop, if you hear a noise, if something feels off, if you just get bored, you can open your eyes and walk away. There's no spell, no trance you can't break. You're always the one driving, but let me tell you what might happen. And this is actually a good sign, even though it feels weird at first. You might lose track of time. You might sit down thinking, okay, 20 minutes. And then you open your eyes and 45 minutes have passed. Or the opposite. You think an hour went by and it's been 10 minutes. That distortion of time, that's alpha. That's your brain slowing down, becoming less linear, less rigid. That's exactly what you wanted. You might also feel physical sensations, tingling, warmth, a sense of floating or heaviness. Your hands might feel huge or like they've disappeared entirely. All normal, all signs that you're shifting. Some people feel nothing at all the first few times. That's normal too. Your body is learning a new language. Give it time. And here's the thing most people don't realize. Even if you don't feel anything dramatic, the process is still working. Because the act of focusing your attention inward, of engaging your cerebellum, of deliberately slowing down your brain waves, that's changing your nervous system. That's creating new neural pathways. You don't need fireworks to know it's working, you just need consistency. But speaking of techniques, let me show you another one. A different approach that some people find even easier. It's called the water rising induction, and it's beautiful. The water rising induction works with imagination and spatial awareness in a slightly different way. Here's the setup. Same position. Sitting upright, eyes closed, but instead of moving through body parts, you're going to imagine water. Picture this. You're sitting in a room and slowly, very slowly, water begins to rise from the floor. Not real water, imagined water, warm, comfortable, almost like you're in a bath. It starts at your feet, you feel it touch your toes, the sensation of water lapping against your skin, cool at first, then warm. It rises to your ankles, your shins, your knees, and as it rises, you're doing the same thing you did with the body parts. You're sensing the space that the water occupies, the volume, the boundary between your body and the water. It continues up. Past your thighs, your hips, your stomach, your chest, slowly. Don't rush, let it rise at its own pace. Your shoulders are submerged, your neck, and finally the water reaches your chin, your lips, your nose, and then over your head. You're completely underwater now, but you're not drowning. You're not holding your breath in panic, you're just there, suspended, weightless, and then you let that water fill the entire room, every corner, every inch of space. And you're floating in the center of it. Awareness, consciousness, no longer identified with your body as a solid, separate thing. You're part of the water, part of the space. This technique, for a lot of people, is even more effective than the body part method because it's more visual, more immersive. It occupies the analytical mind with a task while simultaneously relaxing the body. And here's why it works on a deeper level. When you imagine your body submerged in water, when you feel that weightlessness, that suspension, you're simulating the experience of being less matter and more energy. Less particle, more wave. That language, particle and wave, that's not metaphor. That's quantum physics. At the quantum level, everything is both particle and wave. Solid matter and pure energy, and which one it is depends on the observer. When you're in beta, in survival mode, hyper-focused on problems and threats and the solidity of your life, you're collapsing yourself into particle, dense, fixed, limited. But when you move into alpha, into the observer state, when you let go of that tight grip on the material world, you become wave, potential, fluid, infinite. And this is where the real magic of manifestation lives, not in the doing, not in the forcing, but in the being, in becoming so much more space, so much more awareness that the quantum field, the field of infinite possibilities, can respond to you. Scientists can measure this, by the way. With an EEG, an electroencephalogram, you can literally see your brain waves shift from chaotic, high-frequency beta into smooth, rhythmic alpha. And when that happens, when your brain becomes coherent, all the different parts communicating clearly in sync, the signal you're sending out into the field becomes coherent too. It's no longer noise. It's a clear tone. And the field responds to clear tones. That's what Joe Dispenza talks about. That's what Bruce Lipton has been teaching for decades. That's what every mystic and quantum physicist has been pointing at from different angles. Coherence and induction, whether it's the body part technique or the water rising technique, is how you create that coherence. It's not random, it's not luck, it's not reserved for special people. It's a learnable skill. So now you have two techniques, two keys to the same door. Body part induction, systematic, methodical, grounding. Water rising induction, visual, immersive, expansive. Try both. See which one resonates. Or alternate between them, or create your own variation, because here's the secret. There's no one right way. The right way is the way that works for you, the way that gets you out of beta and into alpha, the way that shifts you from thinking to sensing, from matter to energy, from separation to connection. That's the only metric that matters. But here's what you absolutely must do in your first week. And this is non-negotiable if you want this to work. Let me give you the roadmap. Week 1 is all about one thing, building the skill of induction. That's it, nothing else. You're not trying to manifest yet. You're not visualizing your dream life. You're not affirming or reprogramming or doing anything other than learning how to shift your brain waves. Think of it like this. If you want to drive across the country, first you have to learn how to drive. You don't start on the highway. You start in an empty parking lot learning the clutch, the brake, the steering wheel. Induction is your parking lot. Here's your daily practice for week 1. Every day, yes, every single day, you're going to sit down for 20 to 30 minutes and do an induction. Either the body part technique or the water rising technique. Set a timer if you need to, or don't. Sometimes getting lost in the timelessness is part of the process. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Turn off your phone. Close the door. Make this sacred, not in a religious way, but in a, this is important and I'm treating it as such way. Sit down, spine straight, eyes closed, and then just follow the steps. Move through your body part by part, or imagine the water rising. Slow, deliberate, present. Here's what to expect. Day 1. It's going to feel weird, awkward. Your mind is going to wander constantly. You'll forget what part of your body you're on. You'll open your eyes after 5 minutes thinking, is this even working? That's perfect. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. Day 2 and 3 still hard, still distracted, but maybe, just maybe, there's a moment, a brief moment where you actually feel your left shoulder, where time does that thing where it stretches, where your breath slows down without you trying. That's progress. Day 4 and 5, you're starting to get the rhythm. You remember the sequence, your body is learning. And there are longer stretches, minutes maybe, where you're actually present, where you're not thinking, you're sensing. Day 6 and 7, something shifts. It's subtle, but you notice that when you sit down, your body knows what to do. It starts to relax before you even begin. Your brain waves drop faster. You find yourself looking forward to this time, instead of resisting it. That's the foundation. By the end of week 1, induction should feel less like a chore and more like a homecoming. Like you're returning to a part of yourself you forgot existed. A few tips to make this easier. 1. You can use music, soft ambient music without lyrics, something that helps you relax but doesn't distract. I'll link some recommendations below. 2. You can record yourself. Use your phone, record the body part induction instructions in your own voice and play it back. That way you don't have to remember the sequence, you can just follow along. 3. Use specific language, words like sense, feel, notice, become aware of, the space around, the density of. These words guide your brain into the right mode. And 4. Be patient. This is a skill. You're not going to master it in a day, but if you show up every day for a week, I promise you, you'll feel the difference. Your nervous system will be calmer. Your mind will be clearer. You'll have more space between stimulus and response. And most importantly, you'll have proven to yourself that you can do this, that you're not broken, that meditation isn't some mystical thing reserved for monks. It's a tool, and you know how to use it. So commit to week 1, 7 days, 20 minutes a day. Can you do that? Because if you can, if you're willing to invest that time in yourself, everything that comes next becomes possible. And what comes next is extraordinary. Let me paint you a picture. It's 30 days from now. You've been practicing induction daily, not perfectly. Some days you missed, some days you were distracted, but consistently enough that it's become part of who you are. And something has changed. You wake up in the morning and instead of that immediate rush of anxiety, the mental checklist, the worries, the replay of yesterday's failures, there's space, a breath of space between waking and reacting. You sit down for your morning induction, and within 5 minutes, you're there. Alpha, that smooth, coherent, creative state that used to take 20 minutes and a fight with your mind. Now it's automatic, effortless, and from that state you begin to rebuild yourself. Not with force, not with willpower, but with precision, with intention. Because now you're not trying to change from the outside in. You're changing from the inside out, from the level of the subconscious, the operating system. You're no longer trapped in the survival loop, reacting, defending, protecting. You're in the creative state, the quantum state, where thoughts become things, where emotions become electromagnetic signals, where your very presence in the field begins to draw in the experiences, the opportunities, the synchronicities that match your new frequency. This isn't wishful thinking. This is what happens when you consistently practice entering the observer state. You stop being a victim of your environment. You stop being controlled by your past. You become the creator. And I know that sounds big, maybe even impossible from where you're standing right now. But here's the truth. Every single person who has transformed their life, who has healed their body, manifested abundance, found love, created art, built businesses, every single one of them did it from this state. Not from stress, not from hustling harder, not from forcing and pushing and grinding, from coherence, from alignment, from the quantum creative state. And the doorway to that state? It's induction. It's those 20 minutes every day where you choose to become less body and more mind, less particle and more wave, less human and more awareness. That's not escaping reality. That's becoming real for the first time. Because the truth, the radical, uncomfortable, liberating truth, is that the person you think you are, the life you think you're living, the limitations you think you have, they're all programs, stories, patterns running on autopilot. And induction gives you access to the code, not to understand it intellectually, to change it experientially, to feel your way into a new version of yourself, to embody it, to become it. And when you do that, when you make that shift from survival to creation, reality itself begins to reorganize around you. That's not magic. That's quantum mechanics, and it's available to you right now, today. All you have to do is sit down, close your eyes, and begin to... Now, before you dive into practicing this, here's something important. If you haven't watched the previous video yet, go watch that first, because this technique builds on the foundation we laid there. Everything we've talked about today, the observer state, the brainwave shifts, the quantum field, it all makes more sense when you understand the context. So if you jumped straight to this video, no problem. Just go back, watch the one before this, and then come back here. Trust me, it'll click so much faster. So here's what I want you to do. If this resonated with you, if something in you recognized the truth of what I've been sharing, hit that subscribe button, because this conversation is just beginning. We're building something here, a community of people who are done settling, done being victims, done waiting for permission or the perfect moment or someone to save them. People who are ready to do the work, the real work, the inner work. So if you're willing to commit to week 1 to those 20 minutes a day, drop one word in the comments. Just one word that captures the energy you're feeling right now. Maybe it's ready, maybe it's curious, maybe it's terrified or excited or finally. Whatever it is, share it. Because when you declare it, when you put it out into the field, you're already beginning the transformation. And I want to see you there. I want to witness your journey. This space, this channel, this community, it's for people like us. People who understand that real change doesn't happen on the surface. It happens in the depths, in the quantum field, in the subconscious. In that observer state where infinite possibilities exist. And you now have the key, so go, practice, commit to week 1 and come back and tell me what happened. Because I promise you, if you do this, if you actually do the work, your life will never be the same. You have the tool, now use it.